Hi everyone, welcome to another video from runhorse.com, and today we're going to present 10 tips to help you win at slot machines, and we're very excited to present this video. We've talked to a lot of slot players and some that are very successful, and I'm going to throw in my own experience as well. And we're going to talk about on this video about 10 things that you can look for that the casino doesn't want you to know that can help increase your chances to win. And one of the first things that most people talk about is to be patient and relax at the casino. And don't expect to win quickly. Don't expect to go to a machine and expect to win right away. If you find yourself getting upset, please walk away. Okay, let's get into the tips. Okay, tip number one is watch for someone who has lost a lot of money in one machine. If you see someone playing a certain machine and losing quite a bit, putting a lot of money in that machine, it's generally thought of that the next player has an improved chance of winning. So this is something to look at, and the person that's coming into that machine after someone has dropped a lot of money in the machine will increase your odds of winning, maybe recouping some of that person's losses, and it will be a win for you. Okay, here we go with tip number two, and it's get a player's card. And if you're not familiar with the player's cards, is if you play at the casino, you can normally have a card that you can insert into the machine, and it will keep track of your play and it will give you rewards. And most people that I've talked to that are serious slot players believe that the card has some kind of effect on the outcome of the play. The casinos will tell you no, but we tend to differ with that. So a lot of people feel that if you get a player's card in a casino, especially if it's a new casino you've been to for the first time, it's generally thought of that they would like to let you win the first or second time. So it's very, very common that if you get a new player's card that you will have better success. I would also encourage you to get multiple player's cards and have different cards that you can switch. If you're losing with one card, maybe switch to another card, maybe your husband or wife's card or something like that. And if all else fails, you can try to play with no card. Some people say they have better success playing without the card. So these are all things you can try. If you're losing, you can try these different things. Okay, tip number three, it's machines will sometimes hit in the first few spins. So this is something to keep in mind. This is something I've noticed sometimes from my slot play, is if you put money in the machine, if the machine seems to want to pay that day, it can sometimes pay off very quickly. I will get that bonus or I'll get that jackpot in a short amount of time. So this is a strategy some people use. They will play different machines and they will not spend a lot of time on one machine. So for instance, you could put $20 in a machine, and if it doesn't hit within that $20 amount, you can move on to another machine. Because a lot of times it just seems like that they will pay right away. And if they don't pay right away, sometimes it's just not the day for that machine. So this is another strategy that people like to employ. Okay, let's move into tip number four, and that's that minimum bets can be profitable. And I know we all like to go for that big jackpot or that big score, but you can play the smallest amount and you can actually win quite a bit of money on some of these machines. And you know, that's the thing. If they're going to pay, they're normally going to pay. And it doesn't really matter if you have a small bet or a large bet. And the thing about playing small is you're going to lose a lot less. If you do have a losing session, is if you're playing max bet, you're going to lose much more rapidly, and you're going to deplete that bankroll much more rapidly. So you can win with small bets, and I can give you some examples of this because there's oftentimes that I'll be playing a small bet and I'll get the bonus, and the person next to me has a larger bet, and my bonus pays more than theirs. So it doesn't guarantee that if you have a large bet, especially into the bonus round, that the bonus is going to pay all that much more. You know, you can play those small bets and you can make some money. So that's something to keep in mind. And again, it's supposed to be entertainment. Okay, here we go with tip number 5, and that's to look for minor and major jackpots that must pay before a certain amount. And let me explain that to you. Some of these machines, they have some minor or major jackpots, a small and a large one normally. Some have more that have to pay at a certain before a certain amount. They can only go to a certain limit, and then they must pay. And these are normally random. As you're playing the machine, for each bet, it gives you a chance to win this minor or major jackpot. And most of the players say they drop down, and they just show up on the screen, so out of nowhere. So, for instance, the minor jackpot at some of these penny slot machines will have a limit of $50, and they have to pay before $50. So if you see this around $45 to $50 range, you know it's getting close to where it must pay out. So that's going to increase your chances of picking up that little minor jackpot. And then the major jackpot, of course, is pays much less frequently. Unfortunately, it is difficult to win, but it's not impossible. And they will pay sometimes at a maximum of, say, $500. So when those machines get up into that high 400 range, 470, 480, 490 or above, there's a lot of people that are interested in playing those machines because it's close to paying out that major jackpot. So if you're lucky enough to be able to get on the machine when it's close to that, I would recommend trying it. And it doesn't guarantee that you're going to win, but it does increase your chances of winning or winning a large jackpot. And good luck with this play. So that's number 5. Okay, here we go with tip number 6, and this one's kind of interesting. This is not really a well-known one. We talked to some people that are really into casino, and they told us that after the casino empties and resets the machines, that they are often more likely to pay out. And we're not 100% sure why this happens, but you will notice where they do shut down an area of the casino, and they're switching out all the money, and they're opening the machines, and then they're readjusting them, and they're resetting them, and then they're ready for play after maybe an hour or a half hour goes by. And this is often done early in the morning at casinos. And if you can get on those machines after the machines are reset, it sometimes will cause the machine to pay. Vice versa, when they do have to open the machine and switch something out, switch out the paper or something like that, we've heard some stories where the machine pays right after that, and so that is an interesting thing. So it's something to keep in mind, and it's something you might want to look for. Okay, it's time for tip number 7, and that's to don't get married to a machine. If it's not paying, simply find another. You don't have to fall in love with your machine. If your machine is not paying, you can just simply walk away, find another machine. Chances are that machine's not paying that day, and you're just not gonna be a winner. And we've all got into that mindset, that stubborn mindset, where we're gonna teach this machine a lesson, we're gonna win, and you just end up giving a lot of money away. So I would recommend playing the machine for a while. If you do get a bonus or 2 bonuses, say, and it's not paying very well, it might be time to walk away. Or if it's not giving you the bonus after you put in a decent amount of money, then it's just time to walk away and find another machine. And that's probably going to be your best advice. Okay, here we are rolling right along, and we're on tip number 8, and this is a really good one. A lot of people gave us this tip, and it's play for the bonus and cash out if it pays you well. So this is a strategy that some slot players will employ, and that's to play the machine, because most of the time we're trying to win a jackpot or we're trying to get the bonus, and the bonus will give us another round of a chance to win some extra prizes. And generally, the biggest payoffs are during the bonus round. So if you can catch the bonus, if you can play the machine for a while and get the bonus, and the bonus does pay you well where you come out with a pretty good profit, a lot of people recommend cashing out at that point and walking away, trying to find another machine, taking your profit. instead of trying to reinvest in that machine, because if you get a bonus that pays well, it's unlikely that the next one's going to pay as good. So that's maybe the time to cash out. Okay, it's time for number 9, Feeling Fine, and this is if you have been playing the machine for quite a while and it's not hit the bonus. This is one of the times where the players recommended increasing the bet size. And the thinking behind this is that the machines will pay the bonus, and they're designed to pay bonuses. So if you play the machine for long enough, you are going to get a bonus eventually. Sometimes they come more frequently than other times. So if you've been playing the machine for quite a while and it's not hit a bonus, it's pretty much due to hit that bonus. So you may, in this position, may want to start increasing your bet size. It could be a little painful in the short term, but it could come out with a nice profit if you do end up catching that bonus. And sometimes if the bonus is not hit for quite a while, it will pay a larger bonus. So this is something to keep in mind. It's nothing again is 100%, but these are some strategies that we have talked to some heavy slot players and that they recommend. Okay, we made it to tip number 10, and that is a really good tip, and I'm excited about this one. And this is what tells you to play machines where you can win the jackpot with the minimum bet. And this is very important because not all machines can win the minimum bet, can win the jackpot, with the minimum bet. And sometimes you'll walk by these machines and you'll see a big, at the top of the screen, you'll see $5,000 super jackpot or something like that, or $4,800 or whatever the amount is. And some of these machines, it'll say down at the bottom or somewhere it'll say with max bet. And unfortunately, that looks really, enticing, but you can't win those jackpots unless you're playing max bet. And max bet can be a high amount. Some of these machines require you to $5, $10 bets. So we don't like to play those machines. Again, we're talking more smaller players. Play those machines where you have a chance at that jackpot, even if it's a small chance, with the minimum bet. And that's really cool that you have that chance to win that jackpot. Again, with those major minors, some of those machines you can win that major jackpot even if it's only $500 with a minimum bet. And it's always fun to have that chance to win that. And so sometimes you have to go into the machine and check it out and see if it can pay on that, or you can ask players or ask the slot attendant. So we hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it gave you some great tips on how to win at the casino or improve your odds. And please like the video and subscribe to our channel, runhorse.com. And thank you so much. Good luck at the slots.